Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel Pretty in Paper by B, where we are all about sharing the joy of pretty papers. Now we are into a new month, and so for September's videos I'm going to be focusing on rainbow themed iris folding crafts. And to start us off, I thought we'd make a rainbow greetings card just like these ones. Now to make these cards you can either use the rainbow card kit or the rainbow PDF. I've put links to both in the box below. So gather your supplies, get comfy, and let's get crafting.
So I've got all my supplies out ready for today's session. Now you can make today's card using the rainbow card kit, or you can use your own materials and just use the rainbow pattern PDF. So I'm going to put my piece of A4 card to the side, as we're not going to need that until later on, and just start with this rectangular piece of card. Now if you are using the PDF, you'll need to cut this up into the separate pieces, and the first piece that you're going to start with is the rainbow card template, and we're going to cut out the semicircle on this piece of paper. Once you've done that, this is what we're going to use to draw an outline to cut out our aperture. Now if you have the rainbow card kit, this piece is done for you. If not, you're going to use this semicircle silhouette to draw an outline for your rainbow shape, and this will be the guide that we use for cutting out the rainbow aperture. So just use a pencil to draw a faint line around the outside of your rainbow silhouette, and then you're just going to need to grab a craft knife and a cutting mat to cut out the rainbow aperture. So make sure you place your cutting mat underneath your card just to protect your table. Now a ruler is super handy for getting nice straight cutting lines, so I like to use a metal ruler when I'm cutting those straight lines, and the bottom of this semicircle is straight. So I'm going to use the ruler lined up against that pencil line that we've drawn to cut the bottom of the semicircle. And then once I've got that nice straight cutting line, I'm going to use freehand my craft knife to cut out the other half of the semicircle. Once you've finished cutting out your rainbow aperture, you can discard the piece of card that's left in the middle, as we don't need this. We just need the rainbow aperture left of the card. I'm just going to move my cutting mat to the side as we don't need this anymore either. Okay, so for this next step you're going to need to grab the rainbow pattern. Now this is in both the rainbow kit and the rainbow PDF. You're going to need to use a couple of pieces of blue tack to stick this to your table. Again, this just stops it moving throughout the process of the iris folding, which ideally would be a bit of an issue if it did. It would make it a little bit tricky to get our strips in the right place. So make sure this is nice and secure. Then you're going to use a couple more pieces of blue tack to do the same thing with the rainbow aperture. And make sure that you line this up so you can see all those lines and numbers through the middle. And this pattern will be what we follow to create the iris folding effect. Once you've got your pattern in place, you need to choose your 9 pretty papers. Now these 9 papers are included in the rainbow card kit, or you can find 9 of your own. Once you've got your 9 papers ready, you need to cut them into strips of about 2 to 3 centimetres and 1 or 2 strips per coloured paper. When you've got your paper strips ready, you need to grab your iris folding pattern guide, and this will tell you where to place each of your coloured strips. So I'm going to start with a strip of the red paper, the outside of the rainbow, and fold over an edge of about 5mm just to create a nice crease in the fold. I'm going to place the paper strip over area number 1 with the fold facing towards the centre, and cut the strip down to size, large enough to cover section 1 and also trim off any excess so it doesn't overlap the border of the card. Then I'm going to use a couple of pieces of sticky tape to hold this paper strip in place, and it'll just stop it moving and create that nice solid iris folding spiral effect. So once you've got your paper strip in place, you can continue following around the rainbow using your pattern guide and placing your rainbow paper strips. once the final strip of your pretty papers is in place, it's time to cover the hole in the middle, the iris. Now both gold and silver glitter card are included in the rainbow card kit, but I'm going to use the gold for today's card. So I'm just going to cut a section large enough to cover that hole in the middle and place face down, and then use a few pieces of sticky tape to secure this in place. And once you've got this nice and secure to your card, it's the exciting part. You can turn over and look at your iris folding rainbow. So there you go. We are nearly there with our rainbow greetings card. Time to move on to the next step. Okay, so I folded my piece of A4 card in half just to create that A5 greetings card. And then I'm going to use some gold glitter card to make a little bit of a border to my rainbow. So I'm going to put some double-sided sticky tape on the back of these and just position them so that they be at the top and the bottom of my iris folding rainbow. And it just creates a nice bit of a glitter border to the design. So once I've got the sticky tape on the back, I can peel the backs off. Again, this bit is always a little bit tricky when you've got long nails like mine. So hopefully you guys will be finding this easier. Sometimes I do like to use a pair of tweezers for this bit because it does make it a little bit easier. So I'm going to position these about 1 centimetre from the top of the card and 1 centimetre from the bottom. And they'll just create that nice gold sparkly border to the rainbow. Or silver, or whatever glittery kind of card base you have chosen for your iris. This is also a nice way to tie those colours into the card, rather than just having one section with that colour. Just place the strip across the bottom, like so. And when you've got this final gold glitter card strip in place, I'll just make sure it's nice and straight. It's time to mount your iris folding rainbow to the front of the card. So you can do this by using foam sticky pads, and I've also included some of these in the rainbow card kit. You're going to position these, one in each corner, and then about 4 or 5 centimetres around the edge. Peel the backs off so that you've got your sticky side facing up. And then you can turn over and mount to the front of your greetings card. So let's just flip this over. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of a gold glitter border along the top and the bottom of our rainbow. So once you've got your rainbow iris folding nice and central, we can think about adding some embellishment, some decoration to the front of the card. This isn't essential, this is purely optional and to your taste. Also included in the rainbow card kit are these rainbow paper hearts. So I've got lots of these ready to add to the front of my greetings card. Alternatively, you could create your own using a little heart paper punch. Now I'm going to position these in a bit of a rainbow pattern along the bottom of my greetings card, alternating between the 9 colours that we've used today. So I'm going to start with red from the outside of the card and work in towards the middle where I'll place a purple heart. So I'm just going to use my tweezers and a little bit of glue. Again, tweezers are super handy for those of you who are crafting with long nails, and these fine point tweezers make the job 10 times easier. Now that I've placed my final paper heart, I think we're about finished here. So there you have it guys, a tutorial video to make your own rainbow greetings card using the iris folding technique. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon!